Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there is an ongoing discussion in this country and even a proposal to increase the counties from 47 to 52. You add 5 more counties to what we are having as of now. And if you check on the people who are pushing for this proposal, definitely you can easily tell that these are close allies or people who are actually working with the President William Samoei Ruto. So this is his allies. And again, to know the beneficiary of this move, also check on which region are these people proposing to increase more counties. Definitely, it is a region that William Samoei Ruto is targeting to get vote in the next general election, that is 2027. So with these two issues, the people around William Ruto and the areas where they're proposing to add these counties, you definitely understand that the man behind this move is none other than William Samoei Ruto. That is the owner of that push. But then there is a discussion here. Do we really need more counties in this country? Or we need even to reduce the counties we are having to make them economically viable? That is the discussion that is going around. And I was surprised to see the Senate whip, majority whip, Boni Khaluale, a man who needs to represent the government in the Senate, is against the push by his boss William Samoei Ruto. Khaluale has rubbished a move to increase counties. Khaluale is even buying into what Railaodinga was selling through the BBI, because according to Railaodinga, he was proposing to reduce these counties just to 10 counties. So you make the regions, where Lukwanga and the regions like Tambo, make them to be counties so that they can be viable economically. But BBI did not see the light of the day. It was buried. And the people who were against BBI, it was William Samoei Ruto and his team. So this is what Boni Khaluale is saying, which is a really contradiction to what William Ruto is pushing. People are speaking different language in the same camp. Attempt to increase 5 more counties must be defeated. If anything, counties ought to be matched to 10, creating economically viable devolved units. Number 1, Coast; 2, Northeastern; 3, Upper Eastern; 4, Lower Eastern; 5, Central; 6, Nairobi; 7, North Rift; 8, South Rift; 9, Nyanza; 10, Western. And if you check on what I was telling you, the areas where they're increasing these counties, of course you will see, we have Mount Elgon from Bungoma and Trans Nzoia County. That means they are cutting this and push it to Rift Valley region. Of course, Mount Elgon, these are Kalenjin. So Ruto want them to have their own county. Number 2, Teso, heaved from Busia County. So you see, Teso is actually a community. So they want to have their own county. So from Busia. Largely Busia wanapigianga Railaodinga kura, but this community you'll find that they are voting in a unique way, maybe not with the Raila side. So Ruto, if he's going to push for them to have this county, definitely they need to reward him through the ballot for recognizing them. Kuria from Migori County. Again, Kuria is a constituency. Now they want to turn into a county simply because they are not Luos. Ni Wakuria. So they want to have their own county, and then at the end of the day, they will credit that to William Samoei Ruto as a man who has pushed for them. So they vote for him. Mwingi from Kitui County. Taka kura kule. East Pokot from Baringo and West Pokot County. So now you woo the Pokot so that they can give you their vote overwhelmingly. You can see, why are they not talking about Kakamega Kakamega, I think it is the third most popular county. Why are they not talking about Bungoma? Okay, they've talked about Bungoma, but they're cutting only one constituency to take to Mount Elgon. But if you have to talk in that way, then Bungoma should just be divided into two equally, rather than taking one constituency to Mount Elgon, then make it a county because it's also a constituency. That is the contradiction between Khaluale and William Samoei Ruto. They don't agree. And I can tell you, the unit between Boni Khaluale and William Samoei Ruto was because of the personal interest. Because Boni Khaluale's interest wasn't going to be taken care of in Azimio, then William Ruto was offering that opportunity. But Khaluale is one man who helped to expose William Samoei Ruto for some of us to understand exactly who is William Ruto, his character, what he can do, what he has been able to do. The issue of corruption and all those other things. It is Khaluale was telling us. But today they are together. And you see, because they don't share same ideology, Khaluale is simply speaking his mind. I don't know your view according to this. Do you support this or you are against it? Because now, Khaluale is buying into Railaodinga's BBI. But Ruto is speaking a different language. During campaign, Ruto was talking about the Azimio planning on how to create position for leaders. But for Kenya Kwanza, they were going to create jobs for the youth and the women and the people with disability. But what are we seeing here? Between Raila Odinga and William Ruto, who is creating political position for the big boys? If you are creating more 5 counties, you are creating 5 new governors. So who is going to be in this position? He talked about the creation of the prime cabinet secretary. It has happened in William Ruto's government because he knew he cannot make it without Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi. So he had to reward them. So in one way, Ruto was against the BBI, but he's doing some of the things that was in BBI. Boni Khaluale was against BBI, but now he's here fighting the mistake Ruto want to commit in his government. Because the truth of the matter is that, and some people fear this, if we were going to create 10 counties, to me and the view of many Kenyans is that this was going to be very powerful counties. And of course, some politicians were fearing because this was also going to press a threat. You are going to have a very strong governor managing a whole region, like let's say Western region is so huge. As you manage that region, of course what comes in is also economic viability, because you can be able to produce resources that can manage to have a strong economy, and again outside your country you can have something to offer to the nation. And you see this that's why it's leading these governors to come together, a group, and create what they are referring to as economic county blocks, like the Lake Basin Economic Block. It brings Nyanza, Western region, na hizo areas zingine together so that they can do their business together. So Khaluale is borrowing a leaf from Raila Odinga, and to say the truth, we don't need these many counties we are having now. They should be reduced. But some politicians are not comfortable with that. Just imagine having a strong governor with the kind of resources that will go to those counties. Some people are saying that, okay, increasing more counties, you are creating job opportunity. But for who? Just a governor with a few CSCs there. But then what can you produce as a county? If there is someone who is definitely deeper into the tribal politics, it is William Samoei Ruto. Ruto is deeply entrenched into tribal politics. Why? Because already he's advocating for communities to have their own counties. So is it community counties? That is what we call tribalism. So every tribe to have their own county. Like when you talk about the issue of Mount Elgon, these are Kalenjins. You talk about the issue of Kuria, the people who speak same language. Go to Busa. Busa is already small, but again you want to cut Teso because they don't speak the same language. You are promoting tribalism. So you create counties according to the tribes. So the real man who is playing tribal politics is William Samoei Ruto, but not even Railaodinga, whom they were referring to. But I see Boni Khaluale contradicting his boss. Maybe Boni Khaluale is seeing the light and he's trying to speak his mind. I know they will reprimand him and they will have to sing the Ruto music. That is the situation we are having now in Kenya Kwanza government. What is your view? Do we need more counties or we need to reduce these counties to 10? Tell me in the comment section.